So you're a small YouTube channel and have been uploading consistently for months. You've been putting in real effort, real time, and real energy. And yet your videos are sitting at a few hundred views, maybe a few thousand if you are lucky. Meanwhile, someone else launches a brand new channel and explodes to 50,000 or even 100,000 subscribers within a single month. So, what is actually going on here? Most people assume it comes down to luck. Others think those creators had a massive budget, expensive camera equipment, or some kind of secret connection inside the platform. But here is the truth. None of that is what is actually driving those results. Luck does not scale. Gear does not guarantee growth. And no amount of money spent on equipment will save a video that the algorithm refuses to push. The real reason most creators stay invisible has nothing to do with any of those things. And today, you are going to find out exactly why. Now here is where things get interesting. A completely unknown channel, no prior audience, no viral history, no connections to anyone inside YouTube, went from absolute zero to over 50,000 subscribers in just 30 days. Not through luck, not through a paid promotion campaign, through a deliberately engineered blueprint that anyone can replicate. And before you assume this person had some rare creative gift or a background in media production, let me stop you right there. They were an ordinary person sitting in an ordinary room with a basic setup and zero industry experience. The creators dominating this platform right now are not fundamentally different from you. They are not smarter. They do not have secret handshakes with platform executives. They are not operating on some higher creative frequency that the average viewer cannot access. The only real difference between them and everyone else is that they discovered a specific system and executed it with precision. So here is where everything changes. The creators exploding right now are not just making good content. They are activating a specific psychological trigger buried inside how the YouTube algorithm actually makes decisions. Here is what almost nobody talks about. The algorithm does not push videos because they are high quality. It pushes videos because real human viewers cannot stop watching them. That is the entire secret. When a video locks someone in and holds their attention from the first second to the last, the algorithm interprets that as a signal to distribute it to millions more people automatically. And the creators who understand this are engineering that response deliberately, on purpose, every single time. Now I'm going to hand you the exact three-step formula these creators are using to trigger that psychological response at scale. And at the very end, I am revealing one final shadow trick that gives certain channels a completely unfair advantage over everyone else on the platform. Before we even look at the first step, you need to understand the concept of an open loop. This is a psychological phenomenon where your brain encounters a piece of missing information and becomes hyper-focused on finding the solution. The human mind physically rejects unfinished stories. If I tell you that there is a specific metric in your YouTube studio that, if it drops below a certain percentage in the first 20 seconds, guarantees your video will never get more than 500 views, your brain instantly wants to know what that metric is. It creates a small itch in your mind. If I withhold that exact metric until later in this video, your brain will force you to keep listening just to scratch that itch. Top creators use this exact psychological trick to keep people watching for 10, 15, or 20 minutes straight. They stack these open loops on top of each other, so by the time one loop closes, two more have already opened. It is an endless chain of So let us get into step one, and this is where everything either lives or dies, the psychological script blueprint. Most creators sit down, hit record, and just talk. No structure, no plan, no framework. And that is exactly why their videos bleed viewers within seconds. Here is the brutal truth. YouTube's internal data shows that if you lose a viewer in the first 10 seconds, your video is essentially dead. The algorithm reads that drop-off as a signal that your content is low quality, and it stops pushing it to new audiences entirely. Top creators do not wing this. They use mathematically paced psychological frameworks, precise structures engineered to hold attention at every single moment throughout the video. Audience retention is not just a vanity metric. It is the single most powerful signal telling the algorithm whether to suppress your video into invisibility or rocket it in front of millions of hungry viewers overnight. Take Mr. Beast as the perfect case study. Within the first 3 seconds of almost every single one of his videos, he drops you into a massive, seemingly impossible situation. He does not ease you in. He does not introduce himself. He does not waste your time with pleasantries. He throws you directly into the deep end with something like, "I buried my friend alive for 24 hours," or "I spent 7 days inside a volcano." Your brain immediately registers a problem, a conflict, a situation that demands resolution. That psychological tension is not accidental. It is engineered with surgical precision. He then layers in high-stakes visuals that match the energy of that opening statement, making your eyes physically unable to look away. This creates what psychologists call a curiosity gap, the uncomfortable mental space between what you know and what you desperately need to find out. That gap is what keeps viewers locked in until the final second. But what if you are not a multimillionaire who can bury people alive or buy islands? How do you apply the Mr. Beast formula to an ordinary small channel without a massive budget? The secret lies in something called conceptual high stakes. You do not need to spend money to create a massive problem in the viewer's mind. You just need to frame your topic as a matter of immediate survival for their goals. If your video is about cooking, you do not start by saying, "Today we are making pasta." You start by saying, 90% of people ruin this dish because of one common mistake, and today we are fixing it. Instantly, you have created a high-stakes scenario. The viewer wants to know if they are part of that 90%. You have opened a loop, established a curiosity gap, and forced them to invest their attention into the next segment of your video. To truly master this structural pacing without guessing, you need a data-driven tool that uncovers exactly how these high-retention frameworks operate in real time. This is where vidIQ becomes your absolute secret weapon for channel growth. Most creators think vidIQ is just a tool for finding keywords or checking tags, but they are completely missing its most powerful asset. vidIQ allows you to peer directly into the microscopic data of your competitors' successful videos. By utilizing their advanced retention and competitor analysis features, you can see exactly which video structures are driving the highest watch time in your specific niche right now. Instead of staring at a blank screen wondering how to write a hook, you can use vidIQ to scan the top-performing videos in your category, identify the exact moments where their retention peaks, and dissect how they formatted those specific segments. It gives you an unfair roadmap, showing you exactly what your target audience responds to before you even record a single line of script. And the good news is you can try out vidIQ in the link below for just $1. Once you have analyzed those successful pacing frameworks using vidIQ, you can map out your structural skeleton beat by beat. Notice where the top videos hook the audience, where they introduce tension, where they release it, and where they reset the viewer's attention span. But here is the critical part. Do not copy their ideas. Take your own completely original concept, your unique perspective, and your personal voice, and pour them directly into that proven high-retention structural framework. This is the monumental difference between creators who struggle for years in absolute obscurity and those who explode within a matter of weeks. You must build the psychological scaffolding of your script first, optimizing every single sentence for human retention, long before you ever turn on a microphone or record a single line of audio. Now that you have your psychological script blueprint locked in, there is one thing standing between your video and millions of potential viewers, and most creators completely ignore it. That thing is your title. Your title is not just a label. It is a biological signal to every human brain that sees it, and simultaneously, it is a direct algorithmic signal to the platform itself. Here is what nobody tells you. When someone scrolls through YouTube and sees your title, their brain makes a decision in under 2 seconds. If that title triggers zero emotional response, they keep scrolling. But here is where it gets devastating. The algorithm is watching every single one of those split-second moments. When viewers consistently ignore your title, YouTube interprets that as evidence your video is boring and unworthy of promotion. It then stops showing your video to potential new viewers entirely, burying it before it ever gets a real chance to breathe. Think about how Apple approached the smartphone. The underlying technology for mobile devices, digital screens, and cellular data networks already existed in the market. Apple did not invent the components from scratch. Instead, they engineered a vastly superior, highly integrated version of a pre-existing concept, transforming it into something the world could not look away from. They took what was working, removed the friction, and packaged it with irresistible appeal. That is exactly the modeling strategy you need to apply to every single title you write from this point forward. You are not copying word for word, and you are not stealing creative property. You are looking at the foundational psychological triggers that are already winning, and you are engineering a sharper, more compelling variation of them. To execute this modeling strategy flawlessly, you can leverage vidIQ's advanced artificial intelligence title engine. Instead of guessing whether your title possesses enough psychological weight to generate clicks, you can plug your core concept into vidIQ and let its systems generate highly optimized, high click-through rate title variations based on real-world historical performance data. It analyzes thousands of viral titles across the entire platform to give you options that are mathematically designed to trigger human curiosity. This completely eliminates the guesswork from your workflow. You can instantly see which keywords hold the highest search volume combined with the lowest creator competition. If you are serious about growing your channel fast, hit that subscribe button right now to learn the exact insider strategies. And if you want to see how to get instantly boosted within YouTube's algorithm, click on the next video on your screen immediately. Your algorithm reset starts today.